Hello everybody and welcome back to another video with me, CookieSwirlC. I'm gonna be taking this Valentine's Day heart that I got at the Dollar Tree and we're gonna be making a waffle cone ice cream heart with it. It's kind of a thin wood, but it should work perfectly fine. I got this idea after I found these really cute little houses that were in the Dollar Tree garden section. Can you believe it? Yes, these all came from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to sketch out exactly how I want my waffle cone to look. The bottom portion of the heart is gonna be the cone, and then I'm gonna have some drippy icing pouring down on it. Real simple. And then after I have it drip like that, I think I'm also going to spell out the word sweet. And maybe we'll put a little heart, so maybe it's like sweetheart. But none of that actually truly matters for now. It just kind of matters of how I kind of get the pattern. Now for me to get this waffle cone, I'm just gonna use some puffy 3D paint. Doesn't matter what color, I just had it on hand with the yellow. I just want it to be 3D and puffy so I can get that texture. So I'm just gonna start at one side and just drag it over just at a crisscross angle. So I just have to decide just how far apart I want them all to be. All right, there. Now I'm just gonna let that air dry, which it says it will take about 4 hours. All right, I let that dry overnight, and now I'm gonna do the other pattern. Now all of the puffy paint has dried. So now I'm gonna go in with some Mod Podge, which the Dollar Tree does sell these. Lightly coat my puffy paint with the Mod Podge. The puffy paint has like a shiny, glossy texture, and so it could rub off because the coating is so slick and smooth. And I don't want that to happen with the paint, so that's why I'm just gonna paint over it with some Mod Podge and let that dry. All right, it's all dry to the touch. Now to paint, I'm gonna use some acrylic paint. This one's in the color Cinnamon, and I thought this color would work pretty good compared to the other little sweet houses. And now I'm just going to paint everything. Now once that is all dry, I'm gonna go in with a second coat. That way it doesn't look so splotchy. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I also picked up in another one of my Dollar Tree hauls these little metal letters. So I was gonna write out with some puffy paint, like maybe the word sweet or something, but now I'm thinking I'll probably use one of these. So this one says love, this one says XOXO, and then this big one says Valentine. And now that I'm kind of looking at it, maybe I'll just leave the waffle cone the way it is. It's kind of cute with the word love, but I also purchased this really big particle board heart also at the Dollar Tree. If you guys saw my haul video, you guys saw that in there. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just use the words on these ones instead of the waffle cone heart. I think I like it just the way it is, very waffly and cute. All right, now it's time for a third layer. This should be the last layer so it won't look so splotchy. Now while that dries, I'm gonna work on my second heart. So I'm just going to flip it around to this particle board side, take my Mod Podge, and I'm just going to prep and prime the surface. So this is gonna be a big Valentine's Day cookie heart. Just like what I see at Mrs. Fields, they make the most delicious looking cookies. So I want this to be kind of inspired by that. I just wanna prime this particle board heart just so my paint doesn't like soak into it and just get absorbed and I end up using more paint than needed. Now I'm gonna take this little metal love and also paint it with my Mod Podge. So that way it's not such a slick surface. Once that dries, now I'm gonna go in with some brown, but this is more of like a metallic brown. I'm gonna paint this all over the heart. Oh no, it won't come out. Oh, okay, that's how long it's been since I've used it. This is completely dried over. It created like a little paint seal. Let's get rid of that. There we go, so now I can use this paint. Oh, it's got like a layer here. Look at how that dried, that's crazy. Look at that. It's like folding in on itself. I need to clean my paints really bad. Ugh. Can I get all this out? Oh, it's so gunky. Come on. Oh! Okay, there we go. Now I have soft paint on the inside. Now that I got rid of this dried up paint plug. All right, while everything is drying, I'm just gonna go ahead and use some air dry clay. And just like these little garden houses, how they have like little cherries on them here, and that one has a little peppermint. I'm gonna create the same thing, roll it into a ball, boom, call it a day, that's a cherry. And for the little peppermint, roll out a ball, and then just flatten it in my fingers to create a little peppermint candy shape. Now, once those little circle discs dry, to kind of make it more of a circle, I'm just gonna take a file, and you can just kind of file them very, very carefully carefully just to kind of get more of a round shape. But honestly, it's not that big of a deal because it's gonna be in icing anyways. And I'm just gonna apply a little bit of some paint on to paint my peppermints white. Even though the clay is already white, I still like to put down a little base layer. Then using some pink, I'm just gonna recreate these little peppermint swirls. Now I'm gonna take some red, and I'm gonna paint these into little red candies. And again, this would be so much easier if I actually had red clay. That way I wouldn't have to paint these. I'm definitely gonna have to go out and buy some new clay. Then I'm gonna go back in with that same pink, and I'm going to paint the word love. And of course, I'm gonna go in with a second coat of paint so it's not splotchy. Then I'm gonna go in and seal everything with Mod Podge. All right, my favorite part of this DIY project is probably going to be using these cake decorating tips. So these were from the Dollar Tree, of course. Same thing with the caulk that I'm gonna be using with it. Now, this stuff I used to get at Home Depot, so now it's really cool to see that it's at the Dollar Tree. This is like caulking for like windows and tubs and things. So make sure to follow all of the instructions on the back, and hopefully this works because these tips might be a little flimsy. Comes with 4 different icing tips. And the piping bag even has like a little letter writing one already pre-attached. How I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna take my caulk, twist open the top, cut the tip, whoop, take my icing bag, feed the caulking in here without squeezing it because I don't want the icing to come out. And now whenever I squeeze the bottom of this, hopefully, if I'm lucky, it will come out of the tip. Squeeze, squeeze. Ah! Oh no, I saw it explode in here. Oh no, I think there's too much in here. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, but wait, I can see it like in the frosting tip. Keep squeezing. There it is. Now I just wanted to test it out and see how these tips work before I decide which one to use. So I'm just gonna squeeze this one. It looks like this one is like a letter writing one. All right, let's change out the frosting tip. Let's go with like this classic one. So I should be able to just unscrew this. Yes, and take the frosting tip out. Oh, put it on. Just kind of line it up. Screw the top piece on. All right, I just want to test this and see how the ice, oh yes, perfect. Okay, good. We can make like little icing dollops. So I'm just gonna frost all the way around the heart. Oh, this looks so real. It popped. Oh, this looks so good. All right, so I'm just gonna go around the whole entire edge. Doesn't that look like real icing? This is so much fun. And carefully go around the little hanging string, maybe on both sides. Isn't that incredible? It looks so amazing. Uh-oh, what happened here? I don't know. I also bought some of this glitter, so I think I'm gonna use some of this baby pink glitter on the heart. Cut a little snip from the bag, and while the icing is wet, sprinkle it on. Oh! We're going in with the glitter. I mean, you can never go wrong with glitter, right? Oh no, I poured too much. Okay, that was too much. That was fun. There we go. There's the glitter heart. Let that dry. Now I'm gonna go over to this one. This is gonna be fun because I'm also gonna go in and add my little candy pieces and just do little icing stars. Does the icing stars work? Kind of. Oh, this is a good way to kind of practice doing my little stars, but it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm just going to go right over this with my butter knife. I just want to get the basic amount of icing on here. Yeah, I'm gonna smooth it out so it actually looks a bit more drippy, just like these. So I just have a little crafting butter knife that I'm using, and oh yeah, look at that. It's just like icing a cake. So smooth, so whipped, so wonderful. And then for the drips, I'm just gonna have it drip down just in a few areas and then ice it on there. Nice and thick icing. All right, there we go. Now I have my frosted heart. Now I'm gonna take my little clay candies and randomly place them just like these guys have. Now this one, I'm gonna take the iridescent glitter. Oh, it's really hard to see. Oh, it's coming out now. All right, now I'm gonna go back to my big cookie heart. So I'm gonna take a paintbrush and just dust away some of that pink glitter from the center. Now I'm gonna take my word love that I painted, flip it over, and use my icing so I can glue it down. And I don't have to use a ton of it, just a little bit in some areas. I'm gonna write the word love right here in the middle and press it on. Now I am gonna use the back of a paintbrush to kind of push that caulking back because it will dry white. This will hold really strong, much stronger than glue. All right, once these hearts are all dry, knock off any excess glitter. And I'm even gonna use a really soft paintbrush to just dust away that glitter too. Same thing with this heart. Then I'm gonna go in with my Mod Podge. I'm gonna add some extra sparkle. And right on my word love, I'm just gonna paint with the Mod Podge, dip my brush into the glitter, and brush onto the word love. And same thing with the little candies and the frosting. Dip my brush into the Mod Podge, and I'm just going to kind of re-sugar coat these with some more glitter. Then once the hearts dry, I can lift them up very carefully, and right on the back, just tap away any extra glitter. And any glitter that remains on the hearts, I can just dust away with a paintbrush. And for my little leftover glitter bags, I found these little storage containers at the Dollar Tree. I'm just gonna use these to store the glitter in. Save every last drop. Perfect for crafting for next time. So now all I need to do is take a little tack on the wall and hang up my decorations. And just like that, it fits absolutely perfect with the rest of my little sweets village that I found at the Dollar Tree. It just looks so perfect and it just makes me so happy. I think the waffle cone matches really well, especially with the little candies and the icing. And of course I love the love heart too. It reminds me of like a big giant cookie heart. I hope you guys enjoyed these simple, easy DIY crafts from the Dollar Tree. They're really just fun to do, and they cost very little to create, and they just let you express yourself in the sweetest way possible. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!